Welcome to Proteus IAS. Today I'm going to discuss about Himachal Pradesh state examination, how we have to approach this exam, what are the stages. So anybody who is starting and thinking of starting this preparation of this exam, so they can have a look at it and get themselves aware. So the first thing I'm going to do is introduce the stages to you. The first stage is prelims, mains, and interview. It is just like in any other state examination that you have. The prelims is the qualifying stage, then you have mains. Just after you qualify the prelims, you have to give the mains within 2 to 3 months, and after that there will be a final call for the interview that you have to give, and finally your merit list will come, and the basis of that your ranks will be decided. Next is that it's a class 1 officer, and it's known for its multi-stage evaluation. As I have told you that prelims, mains, and interview are introduced and it is there in the state examination, so therefore it is a multi-level examination where you have to pass through various stages. Okay, the next thing is talk about this prelims. It's qualifying. When I talk about it is qualifying, that means that there are certain numbers that we can decide. For example, if I take that it's 100 question paper and the total marks that are allotted is 200. It's a 200 question paper, 200 marks question paper. Then the qualifying could be, for example, 115, it could be 110. So how do you decide what is the qualifying marks? So qualifying or cutoff will be decided on the basis of what is the level of toughness of the examination. If the level of toughness of examination is quite high, then obviously the marking will vary on the basis of that, and if it's easiest, then the marking will vary accordingly. So we have to decide, we'll take an average that between this to this can be the cutoff. Next, now your mains examination is of 900 marks, your interview is 150 marks, and then the final rankings are decided. Then prelims. Now look at the prelims. Obviously it's an objective type paper. If somebody wants to understand what is objective, then you have the four options will be given to you, and you have to mark against each question that which one is correct. So if four options will be given, you have to just correct one of the option, and that's how you will get the marks. That is called the objective type of question. The total marks that it will be carrying is 400, and you will have a negative marking. So all the examination, all the competitive exams have the negative marking, so you have to be very much patient while marking any of the question, and you, if you know only, then only mark, otherwise you will earn a negative mark and it will not help you to get through the examination, right? Next is, okay, in the prelims you have the two sets of exam. The first is general studies examinations. The general studies, when I talk about general studies, it consists of the core subjects like geography, environment, history, science, IR, economics. All the subjects will be included, polity, all the subjects will be included, and you have to prepare well for them, static portion of all of them. And apart from that, you have to prepare the current affairs and current affairs of the states also, state specific. So all these questions will be asked in the general studies. When I talk about the aptitude test, it's a CSET examination. It checks your analytical skills, your logical, your reasoning, your comprehension skills. All of that will be tested through the CSET examination. So general studies aptitude, total they will be carrying 400 marks. Next, now what all is included, as I told you, I would like to emphasize on the same topic again. The topics that will be covered in that, the first one is current affairs, then polity, history, geography, economy, social development, environment, ecology, science and tech, international relations, and then the other subjects as well. Now prelims aptitude test. Now what it requires you to solve the problem It requires you to have the quick decision making. Your data interpretation skills should be strong, right? And in the basic numeracy, for example, in CSET exam, it is checking your basic mathematical skills, your logical reasoning, your comprehension skills. All of that will be tested in the prelims examination. Okay, now what is the importance of state specific topic? Now, why they are focusing lately, I have been observing this pattern that the state examinations are focusing a lot more on their state specific question. Also, I'm not saying that they are giving the bigger chunk of that, they are, but having a good weightage in the examination. And if you try to cover that topic, then you can enhance your score with that. So the first is that HP culture, they are quite focusing on that: history, fairs, festivals, then geography of that area, resources, economic and social development. And not only that, the budget in the economic survey of particular state is also very important with respect to the preparation. Next is your prelim strategy. So what is that? First of all, you should have covered the GK, your current affairs in depth, obviously, of the state exam, and overall practice as many as mock tests that you can practice in that time frame. It is important to sit in the exam and give the 2 hour examination so that you can simulate the same situation beforehand. Then reduce your errors. Next is improve accuracy to avoid negative marking, and strengthen the comprehension skills and reasoning. A lot of practice is required in that too. Then mains overview, you will have the 9 papers. These are the subjectives. So when it comes to mains, you need to have a lot of good writing skill. When I say good writing skills, you should know that within this time frame, like 9 minutes or 7 minutes, you should be able to write a good answer of any question in 150 words or in 250 words, and you should have a good command over that topic. And lot of practice is required to achieve this. If I'm saying the 3 hour paper is there and you have to complete the paper, then the strategy should be such that you should know then when and how I have to complete the whole paper. So 9 papers will be included, 7 count towards the merit, and total 900 marks will be there. Okay. Now means paper structure. अब देखिए English and Hindi are qualifying. You'll be giving the examination, but it has to be qualifying. It will be not that you have to take care of this thing कि आपको इतना marks ही achieve करना है. It is just a qualifying examination. You should have a decent knowledge of the 2 languages, English and Hindi. Apart from that, essay. How you have to prepare the essay you can prepare by reading the newspaper or any particular magazine, good magazine which comes in the market. They are easily available. They good do the deep analysis on any topic. For example, environment, ecology, or a climate change. If they're talking about that, you can go ahead with it and do the deep analysis. You should have at least for example, take 7 topics. How would I suggest you to prepare essay? Take 7 topics, important topics, every month, and try to prepare at least 300 words on all of them, right? You should have 300 words on all of them. Why I'm saying that? Because you should be able to write something on the topic only when you will be able to have the content ready for it. The moment you will have a content ready, then you can add on further while you progress in the preparation. GS1, GS2, GS3, and then you will have the optional paper 1 and 2. Okay, so qualified papers, I talked about it, each carrying 100 marks, need to qualify for evaluation of the merit papers. Next, essay paper, 100 marks, 2 essays will be there. Obviously, you will have more options that whether you want to write on these or this, then you have to select among them that which one you are more comfortable uh, to write on. So it will show you a lot of uh, sites. For example, it will show how much ready you are for the particular topic, whether you have the content ready with you, whether you can write so much, how coherently you can write, like are you going in coherence, that you're able to justify the demand of the question or not. That is what it is checking. So you should have reflective, analytical, and current issues should be also be added in that. It shows that you are also well prepared with the current topics with respect to that particular essay that you have chosen. Then socio political issues, can come. So on what topics the essay topics can come. So socio-political issues, economy, culture, and environment. These are some of the topics, the thematic topics that you can take on which the question you are usually asked on. Now, if I talk about GS paper one, what is included in that? First, in Indian society, unity and diversity, social institution, family kinship, and marriages, rights of differently able, and women empowerment. These all are included. Next is paper 2. It talks about governance, public service, transparency, accountability, RTI, your right to information, ethics and work culture, corruption challenges, and Gandhian thoughts like truth, nonviolence, satyagraha. All of this will be included. Next is paper 3. Your HP centric topics will be there, where the state festivals, culture, fairs will be asked, tribal communities will be asked, social, economic, legal aspects will be asked, and regional developmental issues will also be asked. Next is optional subjects. Now, candidates chooses one optional subject, two papers, 100 marks, must select based on the strength. Now, how you have to select the optional paper? It totally depends upon that how in which area your interest lies in. For example, if your interest lies in some other subject, then you should choose it wisely, and that is how you have to choose the ethics, that is how you have to choose the optional subject. And please see the strength and weaknesses of that subject, and whether you'll be able to cope up with both of them or not. And if you have the your strengths are lying more in that particular subject, then you should go for it definitely. And try to do the lot of mock test of that optional paper, and also see the PYQ, whether you are able, whether you will be able to do those PYQs which have been asked or not, right? So with that like, and you can go ahead with that. Okay, next is importance of HP Pacific content. Large weightage is there: HP culture, history, society, tribal studies, and HP development indicators. Okay. Now, mains preparation strategy, how it should be your daily answer writing. So, your practice starts from today itself. It is not like that when you will clear the prelims, then only you will start the mains preparation. Mains preparation and prelims go hand in hand. It should run parallel. It should not be like you should allocate a different time after the prelims, because you have to prepare it. You have to be too much aware of the topics. You have to be aware of yourself too, that how you can write, in which handwriting you can write. A very important point I want to give all of you is that your handwriting should be good, your structuring should be good, it should be well prepared. You should well prepare the topics, and you should know that okay, this way I will write in the examination, and that is how I'll be able to score more. So focus on HU specific issues. Definitely read government reports, practice essay writing. For example, you can refer to Niti Aayog, you can refer to a lot of newspapers, you can refer for the environment, down to earth. Then there are for international relations, you can refer to foreign affairs. This is one site that you can refer to, right? So there are many magazines which are coming in the market, and they are touching the different topics which are has been highlighted in the current scenario. So you should go ahead with that. Okay, now personality test, what they will be looking in your personality first is your communication skills, which is very important. So people who are having too much of problem in communicating, so whichever language you want to communicate, that is fine, but it is important that whatever you speak very, very confidently and with assertiveness. It's important. Any kind of a doubt while you're speaking anything will create a negative impact, a negative impression. It will last on the panelists. So it is important that you should have a good command over it. Then administrative aptitude should be there, and understanding of national and state issues. This is also important. You should have your viewpoint on the different topics of the nation, because they ask you your viewpoint and how you would have reacted in such situations. So it's important that you should prepare it beforehand. Now, HP knowledge, HP geography district is required, local dialects, regional issues. This can be asked, because whether because when you will be sitting in the examination or in that particular, for example, for you're testing your personality traits, so they'll ask about your background, and they will ask these questions also, how aware you are of your state. So this awareness is very much required in that area. So now attempt limits. How many attempts you have? For the general category, you have 3 attempts, and for the six, ideally you require 6 to 12 months for the preparation, and obviously revision is quite a lot required. Next is it's a very comprehensive examination, and it tests your knowledge, ethics, and personality. And obviously, success depends upon how much persistent and consistent you are in the preparation. So, if you are really keen on to prepare for the examination, then the 6 to 12 months are enough for the preparation, and then you can come and join tutors who is giving the plethora of the options for the state examination. And you should not delay if you have made it in your mind that you have to give the examination. Thank you so much. I hope that this video would be very helpful to all of you who are in understanding the whole pattern of the examination.